Going to get started. So we're going to start with Edward from Herotech8. Let's give him a round of applause.
So good afternoon. Hopefully I don't mess up the mic or the remote. So my name is Edward Anastaskis. I'm the director of Herotech8. We're a robotics company. We're based up in the UK. And we deliver aerial patrol technologies to the defense and the security sectors. So the problem, effectively, large infrastructure. The infrastructure that's really key to our well-being is under increasing threat from terrorism, espionage, and other operational disruptors. Now, in 2017, a French nuclear power plant was actually overwhelmed by just 3 protesters. Now, the protesters breached the perimeter, scaled the facility, and then detonated fireworks, just to prove a point about how vulnerable our infrastructure really is. So this is really, really important. It's happened, God. There we go. So the 3 major challenges to security, what are they? Well, the first is, there you go. The first is that it's dangerous. These sites are targets. We're not talking about shopping malls and we're not talking about national parks. We really are talking about infrastructure, critical infrastructure. And our security teams, well, they're our first line of defense. Any second now. Just give it a second. Okay.
Let's swap it.
All right. Well, I'll just continue. Ineffective. The way with which we secure our infrastructure is typically ineffective. We use CCTV. Now, CCTV, it's great for some circumstances, but we see things from a ground perspective, and it's actually quite costly to maintain. On top of that, we invest a lot in CCTV, and we still have huge blind spots, and this results in high penetration risks. Ground security teams often patrol the perimeter. This is true for airports and nuclear power plants. However, they see things from a ground perspective. They don't get to see over obstacles and so on. So again, it's very ineffective. And finally, securing large infrastructure is 24/7, day and night. It requires a huge amount of personnel, and therefore it is very labor intensive, and this results in it being very, very expensive. So we are going to resolve this dangerous, intensive, and expensive problem through our aerial patrol technology. Now, our automated drone in a box, this allows drones to automatically be deployed, be recovered, and subsequently be recharged without any need of personnel on the ground. We also use third-party drone systems. Now, this is really important. Third-party drone systems allows us to focus on our key services, our customer requirements, but most importantly, it allows us to reduce the cost. In fact, our system is the most cost-effective solution on the market at the moment. Come on. So, how does our system stack up against what we're doing today? Well, we're replacing man with machine, and so it's safer. Our aerial perspective allows us to capture things from above. We can see over obstacles. And with thermal imaging, we can see during the day and we can see during the night. And this provides a very near-perfect security picture to our customers. On top of that, with our customers, we actually generated an initial case study that suggested a 90% OpEx savings annually. And that's absolutely huge to them. So the drone security market is worth approximately $10 billion globally. In Europe, $1.6 billion, and we're targeting 1% of that TAM, and that is $100 million. This is just the security space. Now, we're also in the defense side of things as well, and with the defense market, this is actually huge. Okay, cool. So we have 2 commercial offerings to our customers. Subscription model, security as a service. Now, we expect to charge our customers $9,000 per unit per month. And while this might sound large, this is actually a figure that we've generated with our customer. and organizations that we are targeting are things like G4S, Securitas, and in Hong Kong for the airport, AvSeco. We also have a direct purchase model. Now our direct purchase model, we're looking at customers who are not comfortable with the subscription, but would much rather own the units outright. Here you're looking at approximately $50,000 per unit as well. So our key customers, we've generated $270,000 US in revenue already. And our major customer here is really the Ministry of Defense in the UK. We also have an ongoing pilot with a UK-based airport, and on top of that, we are securing our pilot with the second largest security company in the world. We've also very recently secured a big demonstrator down in France with that nuclear power plant that got overwhelmed, and that's really big for us. So the core team, I have 8 years of background in the defense and space sector. I previously worked on the ExoMars rover mission, it's the European Mars rover mission, and delivered a number of defense projects. My co-founder, Robin Gaujean, he's my CTO. He's also worked on those military projects with me, but is in fact, on top of that, delivered 2 robotic systems to Fukushima as well to monitor radiation there. We've got a great advisory team. Dr. Simon Harwood, he's the ex-director of Boeing Phantom Works, and Dr. Adele Carter, ex-Ministry of Defense, is now London Business School. So we're looking for $1 million in investment. And this is really to do 3 things. It's to grow the team, it's to deliver those 3 pilots I talked about just now, and finally, it's to turn those 3 pilot contracts into real commercial offerings after. We're on top of that, we're looking for customers who have experience in the security side of things, as well as in the infrastructure side, advisors who are familiar with these industries, and finally, opportunities to generate some strategic partnerships, particularly down here in Southeast Asia. Thanks very much. Herotech8, we're a robotics company delivering aerial patrol technology to the defense and security sectors. If any of that resonated with you, please come and talk to me after at the stand. Thank you very much.
We are investing in tech companies. This is how it goes. I'm blaming it on all the founders and all the Bluetooth signals firing between here and there. So 3rd clicker is a charm, right?